And then we see on the mirror, it says, "Get your fat ass out of this house." And she's like, "Whoa!" And then she starts waddling, running away. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jesus!
Tyler Perry's Boo, a Madea Halloween.
But now, we're going to go ahead and get into my review, chat, for Boo, a Madea Halloween. Now, chat, before we go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty details of this movie, if you want to consider this film, I mean, it does have details. Things do happen. Things occur in the movie. I'll give it that. We have a point A, point B, and point C. You know, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. That it does have that. I'll give it that, chat. But my question for you is, how many of you have seen Boo, a Madea Halloween? I am curious. The 2016 very commercially successful film, chat, created by one Tyler Perry, directed by Tyler Perry, written by Tyler Perry, produced by Tyler Perry, and starring Tyler Perry. Sirius Spock, me, as you should say. It's a movie in the sense that it was filmed with a camera. Judy Reska says, "Hell nah." Peculiar Wellman, for once, a movie I haven't nor will ever see. You'll see it through me. Only the Cinema Snob review. I've seen it on Hulu a few years ago. It was on Hulu. What? Ms. Avery says, "Hell nah." Sir, maybe, nope, I haven't. Good to see you, sir. Maybe hope you're doing well. I've seen enough Tyler Perry films by that time, so you already know. You know what you're going to get. But you can get the spoopy version of it. That's true. Hate says, "I have." DT Darkslayer only saw the trailer. Chris Harris is going to be twice. Hamilton Berger, I have never seen any Tyler Perry. Wait, I remember some classmates in my band class were watching Mad Black Woman on TV on a day off. There's no way I haven't. But you saw part of it, so you technically have seen a little bit of it. Luke Boss, no one can reboot Madea. I mean, who knows? You might get a Madea reboot. He's bringing Madea back. He said, "I'm ending Madea. You're never going to see her again." And lo and behold, she's come back in some new movie. You know, maybe they'll do a third chapter in the Boo series, chat. We shall see. Make this a proper trilogy, if you will. I have seen a number of Madea movies. I've talked about this before, way back in the day when I did my first review for this movie, which was lost to time, sadly. I've seen, Ducky Henry, thank you. Stefan, thank you for the 15 biddies. I appreciate you donating during this time because it prevents me from having to talk about this film. Seriously, in all seriousness, thank you. You're delaying the inevitable, and I appreciate that. Yes. Oh, now Madea by Jordan Peele, that would be amazing. Madea by Jordan Peele would be fucking awesome. Or you made like a film that was critiquing Tyler Perry, but it's a horror movie. That would be so cool. Like, imagine, maybe it's like a body horror where the actor plays Madea, like a Madea-esque character, but they end up trapped in the fucking suit and they're becoming that character. It's like a body horror film. It's like a David Cronenberg movie, like The Fly. That's what I would do. That would be my idea, Jack, where they're literally becoming the stereotype because they have indulged in the stereotypes, chat, the black stereotypes, if you will. Like Clown. Yeah. Like Clown already. Exactly like Clown, which is actually a really underrated movie. Directed by John Watts, who is probably best known for directing the last two Spider-Man films and No Way Home, which is coming up now. And going to be directing Fantastic Four, which I'm really looking forward to, chat. Gene, good to see you. I will, Gene. I know, I keep forgetting. Just been so busy, but I will hit you up, good sir, for the Jackbox 8. No doubt about it. But yeah, as I was saying, chat, I have seen a number of Madea movies. I've seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman, which is the first one of his first feature films, and the first one to feature a cinematic Madea, because he did come up with Madea for like all of his stage plays, which, you know, were very successful, or that brought him, you know, his money, and eventually went into movies and TV shows, and that's how he owns an eighth of Georgia now, chat, and all that shit, and how he built his giant fucking compound. His brick compound. But yeah, I saw Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I've seen, let me go down the list, because I always forget that some of these names are just not that fucking memorable. Let's see which ones I've seen. I've seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman, I've seen Medea's Family Reunion. I feel like I have seen that one. Yes. I've seen Madea Goes to Jail. I've seen that one. A Madea Christmas. I also reviewed that. You'll be seeing that review sometime soon, Chad. Thank you, Don, for the 5 gifted subs. And I've seen Boo, obviously, and I've seen Boo 2. So I haven't seen all of these Madea movies, but I've seen some some other Tyler Perry movies that haven't had Madea in it. Fall from Grace, obviously. Fall from Grace. And I'm trying to think, what else have I seen? For Colored Girls, maybe? Maybe I've seen that one, too. Could possibly be those as well. Why did I get married? Maybe. I don't know. Some of these, the titles just kind of like, they're so fucking generic, I don't remember. But I've seen a number of Madea films, Chad, okay? And listen, I'm going to tell you right at the top. Madea makes me laugh, okay? Listen, Tyler Perry, I don't think he's a very good director, filmmaker, writer. I respect him as a businessman, what he's been able to create. He was fucking destitute. Back in the day, he had nothing. He had nothing. Like, he did his first stage play. It was a failure, and he was literally living on the street. And so I admire the man as a businessman for picking himself up by his fucking bootstraps and making this work. But, do I think his stuff is well written or well produced? No. It all looks fucking cheap and generic, and has a lot of bad improv and things, but I will say, to be positive about the man, I do like Madea. I'm like, there are times when I can't help it. Like, I'm watching this movie and there'll be something that it'll take me back and I'll start laughing. I can't help it. Like, when Madea starts beating somebody up, I start like, hey, and it starts hitting them, and I can't help it. It makes me laugh. Oh, we got a hype train close, chap. We got a hype train that's very close. Thanks to Ducking Henry and Don. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Stefan, for that generosity. Absolute pleasure to have you here, chat. Well, if we get a hype train going, I won't get in my review quite yet. If it does indeed happen, chat, well, you can't say Color Girls. It's the name of the title. I can't say Blank Girls. That sounds even worse. It's a fill in the blank thing there, chap. Going to bed night, Chris. Don, thank you so much for stopping by the stream, good sir. Sleep well, my friend. No, only one thing with the 5 is not enough for hype. But hey, no, thank you. And we do get hype, though. If we do, I'll hold off on the review for the next 2.5 minutes, chat. If it does indeed happen. Just making sure. Because I don't want to get in the middle of the review and then all hype and I got to get squiggly and jiggling and wiggling and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. That will happen, chap. But hey, let me go ahead and congratulate the people that just got gifted some subs. Stefan, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Casmic5. I love that. It's a good name, Casmic. Congratulations to Kababaflop, The Given Soul, Miss Botas Cool, Wade Carroll, Devil's Hand, Gene, Ducking Henry, Casmic, Deadpool with the 200 base, Andy Berserker with a gifted sub to Slayer. Thank you, Deadpool. Thank you to Berserker Chat. We got to get hype. Now you know what happens. You know what happens now. All right, we got to go ahead and get hype. Pennywise keeps laughing in the background. There's actually a creepy clown in this movie, chat. There's a creepy clown. Oh, my Lord, chat. Woo! Well, it works with the headbang. It does. It has a practical purpose for that. It has a practical purpose for the Doodle Bob, chat. Thank you, guys, for all of the gifted subs. Thank you for all the biddies. Very kind of you. Thank you again, Chris Harris, Ducking Henry, No Name Woman, Giant Elfman. Oh. Don, of course, Edgy Berserker, Deadpool. Thank you for all your generosity, chat. Really do appreciate that. That was very, very kind of you. Once back, I'm going to get the band's already here, baby. Mommy. This is Patrice Graphics. Oh, say what you will. Streamers need to keep it unique. And Chris Herman is the only streamer I know with Doodle Bob. I'm the only one that the Doodle Bob hype. That's true. I got to have like a Doodle Bob emote and stuff. We can get hype with Doodle Bob, chat. Fuck yeah. Maybe me as Doodle Bob. This is an abomination version of me. A slightly worse version of me, you know? Oh, my Lord. Well, I'm sorry, but the hype ended, and I had to end it too. And we got to talk about this movie, chat. Of course. I was talking about, like, my exposure to Madea, the Madea movie shit. I've seen some of them, not all of them, but I have seen some of them, chat. And I have seen Boo, a Madea Halloween. I have seen Boo 2, Madea Halloween, along with a lot of other people, apparently, chat, because Boo and Madea Halloween, while not very well liked by critics, made a shit ton of money. Did very well for itself. Had a budget about $20 million, Chad. Had a box office of 74.8. And that's not including how well this movie did on VOD on the streaming services, Chad, which I imagine it did quite well. And it was so successful that they made a sequel, which I remember it not being as successful as this particular movie. So if they were setting up for a third one, chat, it looks like it's not going to happen. But I don't know. Tyler Perry's been talking about bringing Madea back. I think a good way to have her come back is in a third Boo movie. But that's just me, chat. That's just me. But chat, I want to go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty details of this movie. A proper scene by scene by scene I got my mustache hairs are in the way. By scene breakdown, chat, of Boo! Exclamation point, Madea Halloween. Also, I wanted to say, one of the big reasons this movie got made was because of Chris Rock. So in Chris Rock's film Top 5, which came out like several years before Boo and Madea Halloween, he has a joke in it where with Tyler Perry, I was actually watching the movie, and there's this one scene where you see this very long line of black people outside of, like, you know, this theater or something, and they're going to try out for a part in a fictional Tyler Perry movie called Boo, which features Madea. And Tyler Perry saw that and said, that's a great fucking idea. I know you're making fun of me, but I can make a lot of money. And lo and fucking behold, it did. And so this is actually based on a fucking joke from Chris Rock that just inspired Tyler Perry. So there you go, Chiz. You have to blame anyone. Good old Chris Rock. He deserves a little bit of the blame for this movie. But, chat, let's go ahead and start with the nitty-gritty details of this film. We start at the Tyler Perry brick compound, chat. As you know, Tyler Perry is so wealthy that he managed to buy an eighth of Georgia, which he now occupies, chat. He built his own White House. He built his own brick restaurants and his brick police department, brick fraternity house, brick neighborhoods. Like, everything's made of brick. Like, you know, they're shooting at Tyler, because other studios, like, use Tyler Perry's compound to shoot their movies and stuff. Like, a lot of people use his White House because it's, you know, it's inexpensive and they can do there, and he makes a lot of bang for your buck, makes a lot of that money, chat. But you know, it's like a Tyler Perry movie because everything in it, for whatever reason, is made out of brick. I don't know if that's because he just loves the aesthetic, which brick buildings are cool, but you just know it's like his movie. Like A Fall from Grace is filmed here. A lot of his recent films from like 2014 to now are always filmed his TV shows. Like, does everyone live on the same fucking block? And they do, chat. They do in the Madea universe, chat. And we start at Tyler Perry's fraternity, chat. Good overhead shot of the fraternity of what we don't know what the school is. We never hear the school's name, chat, but we go inside the fraternity where it's filled with 30 to 40-year-old men. Like, I'm like, you got, like, they look older than I do. I mean, maybe you get one guy, one of the pledges who kind of looks my age, chat, you know, early 30s, maybe late 20s. But the rest of these guys, like, are you trying to be serious right now and tell me that these 30 to 45-year-old men are, like, in their late teens? Bull fucking shit. But even, I will say, even Madea, you know, acknowledges that. Even other characters, like, they are absolutely not 18 to 20 plus year olds. There's no possibility, chat. But we enter into the fraternity where we are exposed to a lot of bad acting right at the front, chat. These guys are getting all hyped because they're really excited because they're going to have their Halloween fraternity spectacular. And they talk like this. I'm just like a little bit of your soul kind of withers away when you hear these characters, you know, just being so over-exaggerating stuff. But they're talking about the Boo Halloween's fraternity spectacular, chat. Introduces the character of John. I think his name is John. I don't give a fuck what his name is. But he's the alpha male. He's the one in charge of the fraternity house. And he's going to his other brothers talking about the big event tonight, chat, okay? The Boo Spectacular, if you will, right? And he's going to each person like, what's happening tonight? It's the fucking Halloween fraternity party. And everyone's like, okay. You get this one guy, kind of sounds like this. He kind of sounds like an over-exaggerated version of me. Like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, very thick New York accent, which is kind of weird to me. And he's got, like, his brow is so furrowed, He's got so many lines on it. You're trying to tell me this is a 20-year-old, 18-year-old man? No. That guy is 45 at least, Shay. I see he's balding and his hair is graying, okay? I mean, maybe it makes sense if you tell me, like, oh, yeah, you have some grad students at this fraternity, but I doubt that, chat. And he's going to all his brothers and saying, okay, who did you guys get to prepare for this big super duper fraternity Halloween party, and they're going down down the line. This one guy, he got himself an artist, and this guy's going like, oh yeah, this guy, he can make all sorts of masks, he can do like makeup, he can make like, oh, the girls' boobs like really big and stuff, it's gonna be great. And they're like, yeah, boobs. Like, these guys love boobs. They're all about it, Chad. They're like, yeah, make boobs big. And then you get this one guy who's like, I hired this guy. This is my pledgey right here. He's a hacker. We always have a hacker in these movies, Chad. He's able to hack stuff. Remember that one time last year when our man right here hacked the sorority house's cameras, and we were able to look at all them boobs? And one guy's like, yeah, I really love looking at all those naked girls. And I'm like, okay, dude, take it easy, okay? I mean, we'll look at naked ladies soon, but come on, man, this is our man. We gotta do it for the Halloween party. He's like, yeah, all right, man, you're right, yeah, Halloween party, right. We got a hacker, and also, we got something really special. And it's like, tell us what you got, brother. He's like, I found these two guys. I'm just going to let them speak for themselves. They'll show you what they got. And these two guys are breakdancers. They know parkour, and they just do flippy jumps and shit. That's all they do. And they're like, whoa, that's fucking tight. And they're all talking that way. And it's just like, the cringe level is so high, Chad. It's just kind of overwhelming. Yeah, it's the Penguin. It's the Penguin. Hey, sweetheart, take it easy. Oswald Cobblepot is one of the members of the fraternity, chat. Oh, my Lord. Thank you for the 10 minutes, Chris. I appreciate that. Boob, but they're really excited about boobs. They're really excited about this Halloween party, chat. And they are really, really excited about breakdancing. I mean, those three things, chat, back to back to back. How can you not be? But, chat, their eye line is distracted. They're distracted, chat, because what do they see outside? Girls in like schoolgirl outfits. You're like, whoa, those girls be hot, bro. Let's go out and see them. Let's talk to them. And so these 35 to 40-year-old men just rush these four ladies that are just out there, just kind of like, Jesus, overwhelmed. We have two white girls, chat. They have no names in the movie. If they have names, I don't remember them. But they're basically there to be, ogled at, because they got big old boobs and they got a big old booty, and they will be twerking later on in the film, chat. And they're like, whoa, girl, you're looking really good, looking hot. And we're introduced another character named Tiffany, chat, who is the daughter of Tyler Perry. I don't know what his character, Brian. I think his name is Brian. We're going to call him Tyler Perry for the sake of convenience, chat. And Tiffany's, she's like really cute. And then we have the stick in the mud of the group, chat, Aday. I think her name is Aday. I'm gonna call her Aday, chat, or is it Aday? Her name is literally Aday. So I'm gonna call her Aday. And she's like the religious person, so she's very covered up, very conservative. And these guys are like hitting on them, like, hey, girl, we see you walking by the fraternity all the time. Do you know what time it is tonight? And they're like, no, it's Halloween Spooktacular Fraternity Party. And they're like, wow, you guys are super attractive, and we definitely want to hang around a bunch of 35, 45-year-old men. They're like, of course you do, girl, of course you do. And so the two white girls are like, yeah, we want to hang out. It'll be so great. And they're like showing off their bosoms and everything. They're like, oh, here's a car. Here's our number, girl. And the little church girl, A-Day, she's like, I don't feel comfortable, with this. I mean, I don't want to go to fraternity. And Tiffany, isn't your dad like always telling us not to go by this place? She's like, A-Day, come on. They're just like really cute. I mean, look at John. He's so cute. And he's talking to me and everything. Come on, don't be a stick in the mud. She's like, but I want to go to church tonight. And she's all about church. Witness me. Thank you so much, Isvar Gaming, for the raid. Hope you're doing very well tonight, sir. What are you playing? Playing that Cyberpunk? I saw that. Maybe it's Maiden. Now, her name is A-Day. Maybe it's Aday. Maybe that's her name. It's spelled A-D-A-Y, because I look in the credits list, and it said A-D-A-Y. I'm like, I guess her name is Aday. But I'm going to call her A-Day, chat, for sure, because it helps me remember a little bit better. But wow, the girls are all, up on the fraternity guys, the frat 35, 40-year-olds. Who drives by the fraternity, chat? Tyler fucking Perry. And he don't want his daughter to be talking to no frat guys. And he gets out of the car, chat. He has his son in there who's playing on his Nintendo Switch or something. And he's like, Tiffany, what did I tell you about walking by this fraternity? She's like, Jesus Christ, Dad, we're just talking. We're just having fun. And it's like, I want you inside the car right now. She's like, Dad, our house is literally next door. Their house is literally next door, chat. It's right down the block, Dad. I'm just going to walk. He's like, no, get your tookus inside this car right now. Well, he doesn't give a shit about A-Day and the two white girls. He's like, I don't give a shit about you. You're not important to me like my daughter. And she's like, we're just going to keep walking. We're going to keep walking. And like the frat guys are like, hey, man, hey, Gramps, why don't you take it easy? We be talking to these girls right here. And he's like, Gramps? Gramps? And you go, old man, listen, you got to back off, bro. Got to back off, broski. He's like, I'm her father. He's like, oh, sir. And then Jonathan steps up. And he's like, sir, I apologize for my friends and for the behavior. Just excited because we're having the Boo Fraternity Spooktacular Halloween party, and everyone goes and all that shit, and we just get a little amped up. So we'll go ahead and we'll lower it a notch. We'll lower a couple. And he's like, lower it a couple of more notches. He's like, I will. He's like, stay away from my daughter. Will do, sir. Thank you for being an upstanding member of this community. They fucking walk away. They walk away, and Tyler Perry, he drives home. And gets out, and he's like looking out the window like, oh, very concerned, looking for his daughter. But Tiffany, she's talking with A-Day and the two white girls. And the white girls are like, okay, we're going to all get dressed up like really sexy tonight for the boys, right? And, Tiffany's like, oh yeah, my mom has like all these like really slutty outfits upstairs in the attic. And so I'm just going to get like the sluttiest thing that I can possibly get. I'm going to get dressed up. You want to get in this? A-Day, she's like, I don't think I will feel comfortable wearing something as you describe as slutty. At my church group, we like to dress conservatively. I always appreciate, what my mama gave me, but at the same time, I want to share that with a man that I truly love and respect and who truly loves and respects me. And I'm like, oh my God, you're such a bitch. You're such a fucking bitch. Jesus. And so the two white girls, they walk away, chat. They'll be back in the movie when they're twerking. That's that. They're in the beginning. And then they twerk, and that's it. That's all the function they serve as, Chad. They're basically white meat. They're meat in this movie. But then Tiffany and A-Day, this is weird scene to me, where they literally walk up to Tiffany's brick house, and you can look down the street, and the fraternity is, like, right there. Like, it does not take long to go back and forth between them, but whatever. So they go into Tiffany's house, and Tyler Perry's right at the front window, like, looking out like this. Like, there would be no way he would miss them. There's no way. He would obviously see them walking by and then coming into the house, and yet he's just flummoxed. He's like, whoa, you scared me, Tiffany. Don't you know that this is Halloween, where all kinds of scary devil stuff happens against God? And she's like, oh my God, Dad, just like take it easy, okay? He's like, what did I tell you about, going by that fraternity? And by the way, I want you to stay dressed up in your private school uniform. Like, don't be dressing all, with your belly button hanging out and stuff like that. I want to be seeing my daughter with the little belly button. No, thank you, okay? So you dress conservatively like your girl A-Day. She's like, thank you, sir, yes. And, Tyler Perry's going on like, listen, I'm going to have you stay with your mother tonight, okay? And she's like, but Dad, I'm like 17 years old. What are you talking about? I can take care of myself. He's like, apparently you cannot by, fraternizing with that fraternity over there, talking to those 35 to 45-year-old men. I will not stand for it. And she's like, well, A-Day and I are going to like hang out and have like a good time and talk and stuff. Hello, fellow students. Very much so, Dobby's free. But he's like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, yes, I can obviously stay with Tiffany. She can come to my church. And even Tyler Perry's like, you go to church on Halloween? She goes, yes. Well, as you know, Halloween is the devil's holiday, and my parents do not stand for the activities that go on Halloween. And so I and many other members of the compound, of Tyler Perry's compound, go to church on that day, and we have mass, and we have prayer, and we do have activities and games for the children so they don't feel left out. That we do give them candy and baked goods that are made with all natural organic ingredients. And that is what we do. And even Tyler Perry's like, oh my God, you're so lame. You're so boring. Dude, he's like, Dad, just leave us alone, okay? We're going to do what we want. I'm not going to go with Mom, okay? I fucking hate her. She's fucking worse. And he's like, why do you hate your mother? Because you got fucking divorced. That's why you got fucking divorced, and I fucking hate both of you. And then she runs upstairs with A-Day. And like Tyler Perry's like little 8-year-old son goes, you sure handled that well, Day. He's like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go play my Nintendo Switch. And so they go upstairs, and Tiffany starts talking about, listen, we're going to sneak into the party, okay? We're just going to go. But your dad said we can't go. He's like, let's not listen to my dad. Who gives a fuck what he says, all right? Jesus, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to find us some really slutty outfits to wear. And I'm going to get something that really shows off this. And we're going to get something for you that really shows off this. She's like, I don't feel comfortable with this. And she's like, don't worry. It's going to be good. We're going to have a lot of fun. And she gets like a little message on her phone. It's from Jonathan, I guess, or whatever. And she's like, oh, Jonathan just texted me. And he's like, I thought he was looking at the 2 slutty white girls who are our friends. And they're like, well, he was, but now he's not. And she's like, whoa, let's go out get some outfits. And Tyler Perry's downstairs, and he's got his wife on the phone. And he's telling her, well, for whatever reason, she doesn't want to come to see you. Hi, Lisa. Hard hands. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very well. Talking about Tyler Perry and his daughter, who's going to get all dressed up because she wants to show off the bazoongas to Jonathan, the 35 to 45-year-old frat leader. But he's downstairs talking to wife. And he's like, I don't know. I can't control her. She doesn't want to see you. I don't get it. And, fucking the wife's like, I mean, I will come over there and I'll see her myself. He's like, it'll take you too long. By the time you do, it'll be over. Halloween will be over. So it's not going to work out. And then he sees like Tiffany's like, I don't know, fucking iPad or whatever, her tablet. I guess he has, this is weird. I guess the tablet also picks up text messages, and it just so happens to be on Jonathan's number, and he sees the little back and forth between Tiffany and Jonathan, chat, and he sees Jonathan will make sure to wear something really sexy to show off what your mama gave you. And she's like, well, I expect you to wear something really sexy and show off what you got, boy. And he's like, and Tyler Perry's like freaking out because he does not want any sexual relations between this 35-year-old man and his 17-year-old daughter, chat, and he doesn't like that. So he has to call the big guns. Who does he call, chat? Madea. He calls Madea, chat, and we transition, chat, to thank God, it was because these characters, like, this is the first 15 minutes of the movie, and it's so painful to sit through this awful fucking dialogue and these terrible actors trying to deliver this awful dialogue. You're just like, why? Because at least this makes you like Madea. I think that's what it is. I think Tyler Perry realizes, like, yeah, my scripts aren't that great, but people love the Madea character. I'm going to make you want her. So even if you think, like, I hate Madea, I'm sick of her, it's like, she is the highlight of the fucking movie, because at least it's like, there's something funny happening. There might be a good report she has of another character, even if it's for a moment. It's better than what we've been exposed to for the first 15 minutes. But then, chat, we're introduced to Madea and Aunt Bam, which I don't know if this is Aunt Bam's first appearance, chat, but they're here. They're handing out candy in front of Aunt Bam's, again, brick house, chat. Who would have thought? A brick house. Oh, wow. So they're out candy, and they're talking. All it is, it's improv between Tyler Perry and his friends. That's all this is. But one point, Aunt Bam, she's giving out all this candy, but she has like a piece of candy and she puts it like deep in this one kid's bag and feels like, oh, dropped it or whatever. But then what she's really doing is she's taking like 3 or 4 or 5 pieces out. Chris, here's thinking of the 10 biddies. Because it's not. She popped in Medea's big family, happy family first. Fair enough. Chris Ayers coming in there with the Madea facts. I appreciate that. So, but Madea sees that, Bam, I see what you're doing now. I see what you're doing. You put the candy deep in there now, and you pick and you take 3, 4, 5 pieces. And she's like, Madea, I didn't do that. She's like, I see you. That, you're not, trick or treat. You're all about them tricks. I used to be about them tricks too. Back in the day, Bam, okay? I didn't get no treat. I had to show off my treat to get treat. That's what I did. And she's like, Madea, what are you talking about? Madea, I'll tell you, Aunt Bam, I used to work that pole. I used to get up on that pole. I show my man my treat, okay? And then I get a treat. And then I get my dollars, my $1, my $5 bills, and my G-string. That's what I be doing. That's what I do all that goddamn night. And now all these kids, they get candy for free. I charge them for $5, $10, $20, $25. It's all this. This is all it is. $25 for a piece of candy. That's what I do. You know how much candy is a fucking Halloween? It's expensive, Bam. It's expensive. I mean, you crazy girl. Like, I don't give a damn. I want my money, okay? I want my money. I don't have no 401k. You know what I had back then? She said, what you had back then, Madea? I had whole 1K. Whole 1K. What a whole 1K, Madea? Whole 1K is when you get all your money on the sides. I used to be doing tricks on the sidewalk all the time for all the guys, and so I couldn't, the money not taxed. Money not taxed, so I had to put this aside so they wouldn't find out what this is now. so much for the gifted sub. 5 more months till our next baby. Yay! Thank you, Thunderly. Thank you so much. And she goes, so you had all this money hoeing around. I had all this money hoeing around. I couldn't do nothing with it. Government come at me. I got warrants. Ma'am, I got warrants. I can't have the popo come up in here because the popo come up in here, they're going to get me. I have assault. I sell drugs. I still hoe occasionally. You know, well, times are tough. Times are tough now. It's getting cold outside, and they need the warmth. They need the warmth of Madea. That's what these boys need. Oh, you're crazy, Madea. You crazy. Nah, I ain't crazy now, girl. I need my money, okay? And I be charging all these goddamn kids for their candy. It's what they deserve. And then this fat boy comes up. He's dressed as a cow. I mean, it's like, look at you see this fat black boy dressed up as a cow now. He's just he be squirting chocolate milk. Oh, Madea, stop that now. Stop that now. That boy got a weight problem. He's just like, I don't care. I see him. I see this. When I think of a big black cow, I think chocolate milk gonna come out of that udder of his. And it's just this all throughout the movie. This is what it is. I gotta do it. Yeah, I gotta do it. It's the voice. I'm sorry, it's the voice. I can't help it. But see, Bam, she tries to bamboozle the little cow, and she does the candy trick thing where she puts like a piece of candy, but she grabs like 4 or 5 pieces, and fucking Medea's like, don't be doing that trick now. You gotta be treating that boy right. Don't be tricking him now. She's like, Madea, shut up. I'm gonna do my thing. Okay, don't worry about that. She's like, all right, then Biggie, look like Biggie. He's like a little Biggie. Biggie gonna shoot you. He's gonna shoot you like Tupac. You're going to get got like Tupac. That's what's going to happen now. That's what she's all doing. Chris, old black lady, sounds like Cage Guy from the Water Boy. It's the best I could fucking do. It's the best I could do. It's so cringy. It's so cringy. And then, and bam, she does that. Takes out, and the cowboy's like, you took more pieces. You didn't give me nothing. And she says, I didn't do that. No, I gave you a piece. She's like, I saw what you did. Medea's like, you're going to shoot you. Be like Biggie. Going to be like Biggie and Tupac. Going to get you. It's going to be bad. I ain't spoiling you now, and bam, you on your own. And eventually the cowboy healies of his mom. And Medea's like, why are you acting this way? Why are you acting this way all night? She says, because, Madea, I can't say. She's like, yeah, you can. Why are you acting like a fool like that? And she's like, and you realize that Aunt Bam's a little high check because she had Madea, I had the hip surgery that got me all the way from my kneecap all the way to the back with my apple booty right here. And it hurts me. And the only way that'll make me feel better is if I get some of my marijuana. You got that marijuana? And he's like, yeah, legal. I can just smoke this legal. And she has everything in her boobs. She hides everything like in her, she's like, I don't know, she's got like a pouch in there or some shit, chat, where she hides her wallet, her car keys, her marijuana ID, her marijuana cigarettes. They're all inside of her bosom. And she's able to take them out and stuff. And she's like, you're high as hell. Doesn't want you acting like a fool right now. And he's like, I can't help it. I like smoking. So Aunt Bam, smoking them doobies, chat. But then they see someone on the come up. They see someone coming up, chat, and they see this guy in a clown outfit with this giant fucking Jack in the Box. He's like, don't come down here now. We don't like clowns now. You don't come over here with that big old clown Jack in the Box or whatever the hell it is. We don't want no clowns. Aunt Bam's like, we don't want no clowns now. This person just keeps on coming. They keep on coming, chat, until he stops right from his like, Medea's like, I'm going to slap you. I'm going to beat the hell out of you. I don't give a shit. I got warrants out for me anyway, so you better get out of here. Get out of here. She like stands up, and this guy starts doing the bump ba dum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba dum ba bum 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 ba bum, and boom, and another clown comes up. Medea goes, hey, and boom, and she punches the clown. She slaps the clown and shit. And this person falls over and stuff. And the person goes, Madea, what? And then we introduced to like the most annoying fucking character in the Boo Pocket. That's right, Lisa. Aunt Hattie is the worst. Her voice, like if you're already annoyed by Medea's voice or Aunt Bam's voice, Hattie is like so much worse. She has just a screeching, and the actress is like really playing up, and she's like, Madea, why you hit me like that? I'm like, oh god. And then you got old Joe. Joe's like, why do you hit her like that? Head not working anyway half the goddamn time. Why you doing that? It's like, Joe, you trying to scare me? She's like, hell, you could take a joke, you could take a punch, you man. Joe always makes references to the fact that Madea is a man, and he's correct. She is. He's not wrong. He's like, that's a dude. He's not wrong, Chuck. But they have a back and forth and shit. And eventually, Madea gets a call. She gets a call from Tyler Perry, talking to himself, from Brian. And it's like, Madea, listen, because Brian is her nephew. Brian is the son of Joe. And so Medea's on the phone. She's like, hey, Brian, how you doing now? How you doing? And it's like, Madea, I would really like you to come over, and if you can babysit and look after you. Why I gotta come over and babysit Tiffany? She's a 17-year-old girl. She take care of herself now. Why you gotta do that? He's like, I'll pay you. He's like, I'll be over in an hour. I'll be over in an hour right now. And so everyone's like, what are we doing? And Medea's like, we're going to go over to Brian's house. We're going to watch his kid, and I'm going to go. And they're like, well, we're coming with you. We don't know what else to go. He's like, all right, fine. So they all pile into the fucking car, and then they drive over, Chad. They drive over, all of them. And Madea, she opens the door. She says, hi, Brian, hi. Hugs him. And Joe, he's like, oh, you brought my dad. How you doing, you asshole? And Joe is always very demeaning to his son. He's like, Daddy, I wish you wouldn't use that language. Don't tell me the fuck what to do. I want to swear. I'll fucking swear. I don't give a shit. Shit. And he goes inside. And then Hattie comes up, and Hattie, like, she's always fucking horny. She's always, Joe, I will say this. I like Joe. I like Madea, but Joe might be my favorite character that he created, because he doesn't give, he's like, I don't give a fuck. And he kind of calls out, like, all the random bullshit that happens, and he always tells people to, like, shut up, you're talking too much, and he's right. He's right. But Hattie comes in, and she's, hi, Brian, and he's like, don't hug me, Hattie, don't hug me. Why do you want me to hug you? Because, and fucking Aunt Bam comes out, because you thrust into him with your pelvis. She says, I don't do that. Yes, you do, Aunt Hattie. You thrust in on every man who's under 75 years old. We don't need you to do that. She's like, all right. And so they go inside, and then the next 25 fucking minutes is them just doing what I was basically doing 5 minutes ago, chat. Like, it's just back and forth, back and forth. It's Tyler Perry talking to himself for 25 fucking minutes. And they're talking about everything. They're talking about how Brian is a bitch, how Madea is a man. Aunt Bam's hips don't work, even though they obviously do work. She's a fucking liar, chat. References to marijuana, how horny Aunt Hattie is. It's like, it's all of that. It's all that for like 20 fucking minutes. I'm like, okay. So you're gonna get, that's what it is. That's what it is. Like, I could do the scene for you in the voice chat, but it's just what it is. I gave you a preview. I gave you a segment in the beginning where actually was some funny shit between them. You know, the Jack in the Box and shit, and Aunt Bam and Madea, or they call her Mabel. They call her Mabel, Jack. That's her real name, but then Medea's like her nickname or whatever. Like, you know, when you call your grandma Nana or Grams or Bobcha or whatever. Like, that's her old lady nickname is Madea, but her real name is Mabel Simmons, chat. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is for 20 minutes. It's just them fucking riffing. That's all it is. And eventually, oh God, Tyler Perry. Oh yeah, there's a whole joke about how Aunt Bam, every time she laughs or gets scared, she pee a little bit, and she might have went a little tinkle a little bit, and she's like, I gotta go check to see if I peed in my pants. And she's like, why you be peeing on Brian's furniture? Brian's furniture is very nice. You can't be doing that now. You can't do that on my furniture. Don't do that on Brian's furniture. And don't do it outside. And Joe's like, you're like a dog. You're like an old dog that broke. An old dog that broke. Oh, so where's the booze? The booze stuff comes in. Let me tell you what the booze stuff is. The booze stuff comes in at the last third of the movie. This is just a regular Tyler Perry movie for the first 2/3. It's not until the very end when we get to the haunted house kind of stuff. Most of it is just you know, him doing the same shit you've seen in every single Madea or Tyler Perry movie. It's the exact same shit. Okay, all right, where are we now? All right, yes, okay, so then Brian, he tells Madea that, so I haven't told Tiffany that you're coming over to watch her. And Medea's like, why didn't you tell that girl that we're coming over to watch her right now? Because I don't want want confrontation. And Joe's like, you're a bitch, Brian. I didn't raise no bitch, but you a bitch. I know I didn't raise no bitch, but you act like a bitch right now. It's like, Daddy, don't call me a bitch. It's like, I'm going to call what I see. And doing all that. It's like, Brian, Joe, don't be calling no bitch, man. But you had the bitch move, though. Bitch move, not telling your daughter. Not telling your daughter that we be coming. And he's like, listen, I gotta go on this business trip. He says I'm gonna go on a business trip, and yet within the same night comes back. It doesn't make any sense. I'm going on a business trip. I won't be back until tomorrow, and yet he's back later in the night. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So anyway, he leaves. And Tiffany and a day or whatever her name is, they hear all this shit going on downstairs. And so their plan is like, we're going to scare all the old black people, okay? and then we're going to sneak out of the house. And A-Day's like, but that's bad. That's against God. And I'm a church-going girl, as you know, Tiffany. And that is a sin to lie to our elders. She's like, can you just not right now? Can you just fucking not? Okay. The movie needs to progress at this point. So they get a board game that looks like it was made specifically for the movie, and it looks new and everything. And they go downstairs. She's like, "Hi, Aunt Madea." She's like, "Hi, Tiffany. How you doing now? How you doing?" It's like, "I brought my friends. That's Aunt Bam. That's Hattie. That's that piece of shit Joe. You know him." He's like, "How you doing? My granddaughter, I love her. She good." Oh, by the way, there's a great joke early. This one made me laugh, where the reason Tyler Perry explains to Madea and her friends, like, why I brought you here, it's because I don't want her to go to that fraternity party that they're having down the block. And Joe's like, "Oh, yeah, I remember fraternity party. We used to do all crazy stuff at fraternity parties. We get all these girls, and they do all sorts of, oh, hell. Yeah, no, we should be here. That girl can't go to no fraternity party." Like, I love that he remembers, like, oh, yeah. No, all the shit I did back in the day, I don't want her to be exposed. It does show that Joe does care. Joe does care about some character. He does care about his granddaughter, chat, which I do appreciate. But anyway, so then, fucking Tiffany and her friend Ade, who's very guilt-ridden, chat, because she is a church-going Christian church girl, and she does not want to lie to the elderly, chat, because as we all know, as Tyler Perry emphasizes, apparently, chat, black elderly people they're big believers in the supernatural, chat, and ghosts and boogeymen and such. And so it's like, okay, Tyler Perry, if you say so. And so they go down there, and they're like, "Hi, Aunt Madea." She's like, hi, Tiffany. It's so good to have you here. She's like, "I just want to know if you guys want to play like a really spooky game." And they're like, "Don't be bringing that up now. We don't play no spooky games. No Ouija boards. Ouija boards. No Ouija boards. No trouble. No Monopoly. We don't want none of that. That stuff's scary." And she's like, "Oh, come on. It'll be like really fun." Medea's like, "Don't bring that up in here now." And then Madea freaks out, and she knocks over the board game. And this, like, card comes out of the board game and says death on it with a little spooky skeleton. And Bam's like, "Madea, what does that say right there?" Medea's like, "I don't want to read it. Don't be reading that now, Tiffany. Don't be reading that in front of me now." And she says, "It says death." And they're like, "Oh, how does that? Why does it say death?" And they do this whole thing. She's like, "Well," and Tiffany makes up the story on the spot, where she goes, "Well, everybody, Monopoly's scared, and Madea Monopoly's scary now because she don't have a no 401k. She only has a whole 101k, okay? So it's her money she earned hoeing. And as you know, you can't, when you play Monopoly, you can't hoe yourself out. So that's why Medea's scared of it. Makes sense. Well, it makes sense, right? And so she's like, "Well, this board game is based on an event that actually happened in this house." And Medea's like, don't be making stuff up now, girl." She's like, "No, it's true. There was Mr. Wilson, and he was the family of the Wilsons. And one night, he went crazy in this very house, even though the house looks like it was been built too fucking years." Like, this is the kind of, I've noticed this a lot of Tyler Perry movies, where the houses don't look lived in at all. Because they're all just built in, like in the last 2 years or whatever. And so they always look like really fucking fresh. And they're like, they have all these weird knickknacks and shit that this family would never like own. It's like, doesn't make any goddamn sense. And so like, oh yeah, so I guess it happened like a couple months ago, like a year ago. Mr. Wilson murdered his entire family, and he stashed all the bodies in the attic. And everyone's like, "Now I don't want no crazy white man to come in here and be slaughtering all of us now. I want to get going. Madea, we can go. No, there's no crazy white man coming in the house and slaughtering all of us yet." It's like, "Tiffany, stop lying now." And she says, "And it always starts to happen. Weird stuff always starts to happen around 10 p.m. at night." And I'm going, "Don't be saying that," because they look at the clock. It's like 9:59 p.m. And earlier, Tiffany gave A-Day a little clicker like a smart device that controls all the lights in the house. And so when the clock hits 10, A-Day activates the clicker behind her back, and all the lights start going out. And everyone's like, "Hey, Madea!" She's like, "Why the lights been doing that? What you do, girl? What magic have you have under control of this house?" And she's like, "It's Mr. Wilson, and he's controlling everything. And I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep right now because I don't want any bad stuff happening to me and my friend A-Day." And it's like, "All right, well, you go to bed now. You go to bed. I'll check on you. But you don't be doing no scary stuff, okay?" And so eventually, chat, they fucking, God damn it. Tiffany and A-Day, they go upstairs. And AJ's like, so are we actually going to bed and stuff? She's like, no, we're going to sneak off to the party. And they put on all these like really sexy costumes and stuff, and Tiffany's bosoms are like sticking out. And AJ's like, I want something a little more conservative than this. I'm a church girl. She's like, you look great, honey. You look great. And so, but then she's like, okay, we got to make it look like we're sleeping in the bed though. And she's like, I don't like that kind of homosexual relationship, Tiffany. She's like, girl, it's just make sure they don't know that we're here. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I misinterpreted that. And so then they put like all these pillows underneath this blanket on the bed and stuff. And she's like, so we're going to make it look like a body. And Tiffany's like, yeah, that's what we're doing. She says, well, that makes it look like you're eating good. Like Tiffany's fat. And she's like, shut up, girl. And so then they put all the pillows in there. It looks like shit. I'm like, okay, let's go down the window, the second story, and let's go to the fraternity party. Also, the 2 white girls are outside. It's like, why are you guys taking so long? Jesus. And they're like, we're almost done. And eventually they go downstairs. And they head out. They head out to the frat party chat. Madea, she goes upstairs because more conversations between Madea and her fucking friends and all that shit. Homophobia. Yep. They're doing all that stuff. And she goes upstairs. She's like, I gotta pee now. All this talk got me wanting to tinkle right now. You don't let me tinkle talking about all this scary murder, kill a white person, Mr. Wilson. I hate it. And so she goes upstairs to use the bathroom. She passes by Tiffany's door, and she's like, I'm gonna check on this girl. This girl been lying her ass off, I swear. She goes in there. She sees the bed. She goes, all right, well. Okay. She closed the door. She's like, now wait a fucking minute. And she opens the door and she goes to the bed. Like, I knew it. I knew this girl be lying the whole time she gone. Snuck off. She been hoeing like I used to hoe. God damn it. And she goes downstairs and she's like, bam, had it, Joe. And they're like, whoa, what going on, Madea? What wrong? You discover you got a penis? And he's like, shut the fuck up, Joe. I'll kill you. I'll smack you. I'll smack the black off that face right now. And it's like, Tiffany and her little friend, A-Day, or whatever the hell her name is, they went to that party, and she's not gone. They're not sleeping. They're gone. They're like, you sure, Madea? She's like, I am sure. Let's go to the party. Let's take my car. Let's go. Joe's like, I ain't fucking going. And he's like, why you go, Joe? He's like, I'm tired. My feet hurt. And he's like, Aunt Bam, come here, girl. He's like, what you want, Joe? Give me some of that. Give me some of them doobies you got. And he's like, I'll treat you right. I'll treat you right. When you come in here next time, I'll treat you right. And she's like, God fucking damn it. She reaches into her bosom pouch, I assume, and she produces a marijuana cigarette to Joe, who then starts to smoke it. Actually, he doesn't start smoking. He's like, I want to have a lighter. Fuck. And he's like, he does no lighter chat. But then Madea and all her people, they go to the party chat. Tiffany and A-Day and the girls, they're there already. They're hiding. And so, Madea, she rolls up and everyone's like, Hattie, she's just horny. She's like, Madea, can you see all these people? Oh my God, these men don't. Now, Hattie, don't be going up on there humping any of these men, okay? Don't be doing that. You're gonna get yourself arrested, okay? We can't live. We can't go to Alabama, can't go to Missouri, can't go to Mississippi because you be humping every piece of man meat you see. As I shut up, Madea. And she waddles up in there. And Madea, she's going in there, chat, and the guys are like, they're all drunk, and they're like, whoa, dude, fucking great costume. It's like, they look real. And these guys are actually, like, physically touching Medea's breast, like, whoa. And he goes, honk, honk, has like a little honk noise. He goes, why are you touching me? And she just fucking whines back and punches this one guy. He's like, oh, dude, why you punch me? Don't be grabbing up on me. You got to pay me first, okay? Back in my hoeing days, okay, you don't get a taste. Money up front, and then you get a taste, okay? I'm like, dude, we're just admiring your costume, okay? I mean, that's all. She says, you like it? You're like, yeah, we really like your costume. Like, show us your boobs. I'm not joking, chat. Show us your boobs. Boobs. You want to see my boobs? Okay, I'll show my bosom. And then, boom, and she reveals them, chat. And her go, whoa, oh, my God, they're all weird looking. They're all saggy and lumpy. And they go in the touch them, chat. They're literally touching them like, and they're warm. Do you feel them? Are they warm? They're like, yeah, they're like really warm and they're veiny and the areolas are like really big. You're like, yes. Many a baby has suckled on these areolas. And they're going, wait, man, guys, they're real. And they start vomiting on each other. She's like, goddamn, man, you don't appreciate the OGs. And then she buttons them back up and she goes in the party chat. And the party scene is just people acting drunk and stupid, and that's what it is. And there's a whole scene where they introduce this one rapper, I assume, who I think is an actual rapper. I don't know. Is Tyga? I don't fucking know. I think his name is Tyga, chat. Because you got Jonathan the Fret who's like, okay, guys, okay, this be the best party in the fraternity. And we got my man Tyga up in here going to present his new fucking single. And he's like, hey, everybody, I'm here to sing a song. And he does this fucking thing. And then Medea's just kind of like standing in the middle of the party, and we see the two white girls from earlier chat, and like, we're gonna start twerking. And I will say this, chat. I will admit this. The one white girl they have twerking is very good at it. I'm like, yep. She does a good job. I will say, I'm like, and Medea's just like, just see this little white girl. This white girl, I'm just like, what? Even Medea's like, usually I would say this white girl, she don't got game, but she got game. She got some meat. She got some tuchus behind her. She's like, not bad. Not bad. Thank you so much, Purple Canary, for the subscription. Chris, your Madea voice is almost accurate. Almost accurate. It's not quite there, but I'm close. I'm sorry, chat, but I will say this white girl, she got game. This girl got game right here. And she twerks, but then Hattie, she moves in there, and she's like, all right, everybody, let me show you what I got. And Hattie starts twerking, and Medea's like, Hattie, stop twerking now, stop doing that. You mess up your hip, you're gonna piss and pee everywhere, and I don't like to clean up all these fucking white boys and white girls and black girls and brown boys, whoever else is here. They're not gonna, no one see that now, no one see that, Hattie. And she's like, man, I want to do it. Medea's like, no one see that, Hattie. Now get moving. And everyone's like, whoa, come on, Madea, or whatever his name. You're really killing the vibe of this party, like Jesus. Eventually, Jonathan, he notices this, and he goes upstairs to talk to Tiffany with the two white girls. And also A-Day, I think, is there, too. And he goes like, listen, Tiffany, because two white girls go up there. And they're followed by Jonathan. They're followed by A-Day and shit. And they're like, listen, Tiffany. She's like, aren't you guys, like, having fun? Aren't we having fun? You're like, yeah, it's really fun. But your grandmother, your great-aunt Madea is here. And, like, listen, she's, like, really killing the vibe. She's really fucking killing the vibe out there. And, like, I went out there and twerked. And then these, like, old ladies are twerking. And I don't want to see no old lady pussy, all right? No one wants to see old lady pussy right now. So I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be, it sucks. But I think it'd be really cool if you just, like, leave. You just get out of here. You go with her. She's like, what are you talking about? I want to be here. She's like, I know, but it's bringing down the vibe, okay? And she's like, well, I'll make it up. I mean, Jonathan's the one who makes decisions for the party. He's like, listen, Tiffany, I'm kind of with the two slutty white girls. I mean, they are kind of bringing down. She's like, listen, Jonathan, how about I give you a little treat? I give you what you want. He's like, really? And she's like, yeah, I'll give you that chocolate. He's like, wow, I love chocolate. All right, you could definitely stay. And then, like, the Fred Flintstone, like, super stereotypical Italian guy is like, I'm gonna go with this girl A-Day. She's my kind of girl. Let's go and party. And so they go in the other room. Eventually, the tides have turned against Madea, and the party goers have lifted her up. She's like, wait, get your hands off me now. Get your hands off me now. And they literally throw her out of the house, and she ends up in some bushes, and Hattie and Bam, they're like, Madea. And she's like, you see these goddamn little white boys and white girls throw me out? It's racism. This is racism. I won't stand for it. We're going home. Fuck Tiffany. Fuck Tiffany and her friend. I don't give it to the church girl. I don't give a shit. And they go and they drive home, chat. Eventually, we cut back to the party, and we were at the house, and Uncle Joe, good old Joe, he's they throw your ass out. They knew you were a man, huh? She's like, shut the fuck up, Joe. And Madea makes a decision which you thought she would never do. She's like, we gotta call the popo. And Joe's like, you ain't calling no popo. You got warrants. She's like, I got warrants. I'm on terrorist list. I'm on FBI list. I'm on CIA list. I can't be calling no popo. Hattie, she's like, I can't be doing that, Madea, because I'm wanted in a tri-state area. I'm tri-state. That's like at least three states. She said, fuck. Joe can't call because Joe he would go ahead and rat me out. Bam, has to be you. She says, Madea, I've been smoking all night. She's like, it has to be you. Okay, you got to call the po-po. And she's like, oh, hell. And so she calls the police, if you will, chat, the po-po, which is what Madea refers to them as in her movie series. And so they called the Popo. Meanwhile, we cut back to the party, and we're with Ade or whatever her name is, and she's with the 45-year-old Italian stereotype, and he's like, hey, girl, yeah, we're going to have some fun, am I right? She goes like, well, I'm a little uncomfortable with this. He's like, what's to be uncomfortable about? You've been around the block a couple of times. Come on, let me stick my gabagool in your ganoush. Some gabagool ganoush. And she's like, well, I am 17, and I'm just not used to it. She's like, wait a minute, wait. Back up here. You're telling me you're 17, 1-7? One, then the 7 is afterward. You're 17 years old. She goes, yeah. Oh, guys. And he goes and like, he fucking freaks. So he's like, everyone, you see a 17-year-old girl. She's 17. And he goes into the room where Tiffany and Jonathan are about to get it on. He goes, yo, dudes. And like, what's going on, man? It's like this girl, the church girl or whatever. I was gonna stick my gabagool in her fucking ganoush. And she tells me she's 17 years old. They're like, she's 17? Holy shit. Why didn't you fucking tell us? You know, we can get in big trouble for that. And fucking Jonathan, he goes to Tiffany. He's like, wait. Okay, she might be 17. But Tiffany, you're not 17. You're not 17. She goes, I mean, look at you. Look at her. There's no way she's 17. She goes, well, I mean, I'm 17 and a half. And he's like, oh, well, you didn't tell us you were 17. You talk about we get in trouble for that. The whole fraternity could get all expelled for having sex with an underage girl. She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't fucking know. Okay, I mean, I'm really mature and like, you know, for my age. And he's like, oh god. And he looked at the two slutty white girls and they go, hey, are you two 18? You go, yeah, we're 18. He goes, nice. So he don't give a shit. He's like, all right, you two got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. You out of sight, out of mind. I didn't touch you. I did not stick my gabagool into your ganoush. My cannoli did not go into your fucking, your meat pie or whatever. I don't fucking know. And so, well, see you in jail, buddies. Exactly. My cannoli did not go inside of your calzone, all right? It did not happen. It did not mix. There was no exchange of sauces, if you will. But then, chat, woo, you hear the po-po inside, and then this one, the oldest and tallest of all of the fraternity brothers, who goes by the name of Horse. He has like this Party City wig on, like before the costume party happened, before they had the fraternity, but he just has this really fake looking blonde wig, and he is definitely the Stromboli in the cannoli. They do. I will say this. Yeah, Purple Canary, I will say this about the fraternity. At least they respect the age laws. They did. I mean, they're a bunch of pieces of shit, no doubt about it. You know, sexist douchebags, but they're like, I am not having sex with an underage girl. So like, okay, I'll tip my hat to that, I suppose. But then the fucking popo, they become an in chat. They break down the door, and they're like, okay, everybody, okay, this party's being shut down. And the Italian guy's like, hey, officer, I just want to ask you, do you have a fucking warrant? And it's like, do you want us to wake up the dean? They're like, nope. That was a good response. The cop was like, oh, shit, the cop had a good one on him. And he's like, all right, touche. He's like, all right, everybody outside, and everyone show their IDs. And they're like, oh, fucking shit, we got to get those two hoes out of there. And so they get Tiffany, and they get, a day out of the house. So they can't find a day. They're like, no, they don't know where she went. But they get Tiffany out and they send her packing. Meanwhile, we cut back to, oh yeah, that's the thing, because the frat guys, they're outside, and they're going, you know what fucking happened, bro? You know what fucking happened? He's like, what do you think happened, bro? And he's like, I think it was them old broads that came in here. I think it was Madea lady and the other one, the horny one, and then the big one with the hip problem. And it's like, yeah, man, I think it was them that fucking ruined this. He's like, oh, shit, we got to get back at them. What do you want to fucking do? Let's fucking spook them. Let's, like, you know, we got a makeup guy. We got a guy that can hack stuff. We got break dancers. Let's go in there and fucking give them a good old-fashioned scare. Oh, that's good, bro. That's really fucking good. We'll go ahead and do that. So that's their plan. That's their plan. To like Chris and Juicy Gain, always a pleasure to be here with y'all. Boy, I absolutely enjoy the gameplay today. And thank you. Thank you, chat. But this is a sequel, Make the Frats Worse? Yes, it does. But then, we cut, and Tiffany is snuck back inside the house, but Madea and all her friends are there. And at one point, like, Tiffany comes down the stairs, and, and Medea's like, "Where the hell were you? I told you, you snuck off that frat party." She's like, "I've been sleeping upstairs the whole time." And she's like, "I checked on your room. You had nothing. I had pillows underneath your covers. You're lying to me. You're lying to your Aunt Madea right now." And she's like, "It gets cold in the house. Like, it gets really cold. And so I went to go sleep in my dad's bed," which is fucking weird. Which is really weird to say, that, like, it got cold in the house, so I went to go sleep in my dad's bed. And Medea's like, "You don't be sleeping in your father's bed. That's nasty. That's nasty. I don't believe it. Where's your little church girl? Where's that little church girl, A-Day, or whatever the hell her name is?" And she goes, like, she's in bed with me. She's being too late in bed now. It's back in my hoeing days, and I don't know what the hell that's about now. I won't have that in this house now. You get a little friend. You sleep in 2 separate beds. Have her sleep in your father's bed, and you go sleep in your bed right now. And I'll come out and I'll kick your ass if you're not doing that. And so she's like, "Whatever. I'm gonna go up to bed." So she goes to her room. And she starts texting because A-Day, whatever the fuck her name is, she's not there. She's not there. She's like literally is like, calling. She's like, "A-Day, like, I'm sorry about everything. Like, I don't know where you are, okay?" And it has me, like, really fucking scared. And I'm really bad. She just starts crying and shit. "Naya Brown, you came in the great time. Hey, shut up. I'm sucking on gabagool over here." "Oh, so hi. You sound like one of the frat guys, Naya." "Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well." And so she's, like, really upset. But at this point, we cut back downstairs to Madea and all her friends, and it's basically Tyler Perry talking to himself for another 10 minutes, and then all the lights start shutting off and going off, and Medea's like, I'm not staying for all those lights going off right now. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna go to sleep. And out of sight, out of mind. That's what it's gonna be about. And they were like, "Madea, what are we supposed to? I don't care what the hell you doing here. This is my nephew's house. I'm gonna use my nephew's accommodations." His accommodations. I'm going to use what I want to use. And you do them too. I'll give you free reign, okay? Free reign, all right? "Joe, what you doing?" "I'm going to stay down here and smoke." And they're like, "Of course you will. Of course you will." And so they all go. And then we get the scares, the haunted house stuff, where Aunt Bam, she literally goes to the bathroom, turns the water off, and, like, she washes her hands and stuff like that. Because, as you know, Chen, when she gets scared, she tinkles. She pees a little bit in her undies. And she's like, "I messed up my undies again. God damn it." And then she's cleaning her hands. And then she turns the water off. But, oh, chat, the water turns back on. Ooh. And that's the scare. And she's like, "What the hell is that? Water turned back. What?" And she turns it off. She turns it off again. Waddles away, comes back on again. She's like, "What the hell's going on here?" And then we see on the mirror, it says, "Get your fat ass out of this house." And she's like, "Whoa." And then she starts waddling, running away. And then cut to Aunt Hattie, and she's watching TV, but then she's getting tired, and she decides to turn off the TV, chat. But, oh, boy, the TV turns itself back on. She's like, "Madea, Mabel, the TV turned itself on." And she turns it off again, and it comes back on again. Oh, Madea. And so she and Hattie fucking running and tripping over herself. Fucking Aunt Bam, she's like, with her cane, chat. She needs her canes to walk around because her hip surgery went from her knee all the way up to her apple bottom, as she likes to call it, chat. And they go into Medea's room. And Medea's like, "Why the hell are you talking around now? I'm just screaming and hollering and all that. I'm trying to sleep. By the way, she's sleeping in her full outfit with her fucking shoes on the bed, which is just weird to me. And so thank you to one of the buddies. But they're like, "Madea, the water turned itself back on, and my TV turned itself back on. There's a ghost in here, Madea." He's like, you stupid. It nothing. Now they hear this blah, 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 blah. They hear this, like, this something upstairs, like boom, 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 like something like hitting the floorboards, and they fucking freak out, and they're like, "Eh," and they go downstairs at this point, and Joe is just on the bed, just smoking doobies. Like, "What the hell are you doing?" As "I heard you coming down the stairs. Sounds like a bunch of fucking water buffalo fighting each other." Which is actually a great fucking line. And it's like, Joe, there's something upstairs. There's something you need to go check. I ain't getting up. No. And Medea's like, well, you're not going to get up, Joe? He's like, how about you go up and get it, all right? You're the man of the house. And she's like, I'm gonna kill you, Joe. I say this. I'm your sister. I'm your caretaker, but I'm gonna kill you one. I'm gonna whoop that ass. I'm gonna kill you one day. He's like, see you try. And says, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go up there stairs and check to see if there is indeed any, ghosts and ghouls and goblins and shit. And so she goes, you see her go up the stairs, and Joe's like, I want to tell you guys something in case she don't come back. She's a dude. But eventually we cut to Madea, who goes in the attic now. I'm going to the attic now, creepy attic. This is like a Jordan Peele movie all going again. I don't know, go upstairs and getting killed like that white folk. I'm acting like one of them white folk that go up the stairs, get killed, get stabbed, and oh my goddamn fault. This is like one white folk, one of them dumb white bitches. Jesus. She goes upstairs and she's looking around and she sees this guy in a clown mask just like standing there. She's like, I did not see that clown just standing there in that room right now. I did not see that clown right there. And then she like turns around again. The clown's close. She's, that clown move? That clown be moving right now? But clown better not be moving on me. Clown better not be moving on me now. And then she like, the clown gets like really close to her and he starts to turn his head. She goes, eh! And boom, boom, boom. And it starts hitting him. He's like, ah! He's like, ah, help, help. And she like falls down the fucking stairs. It's actually a funny scene. Falls down the goddamn, falls down all the way. And Joe's like, oh my God, the water buffalo is down. Call 911. The water buffalo is down. More clown racism. This is the boo stuff. And it's like, Madea, what do you say? It was this clown now, this crazy clown upstairs to try to attack me. And he attacked me, and I whoop his ass. I whoop his ass so hard. But I ain't doing no clown. That clown dead. Clown, you didn't kill no clown. You start a stampede. Shut up, Joe. Shut up. And then they, over Medea's shoulder, they see like a clown at the door. They're like, Madea. And they're like, well, what do you see now? Well, we had it. Bam. Well, don't be messing with me now. What do you see? There's the clown. And it's like a clown moving closer. He's moving closer on me. He's moving closer to you, Madea. He's like, better not be moving closer. I whoop his ass. And the clown's like right behind his eye. I hear breath. I feel breath on the back of my neck. She turns around, that clown's right there, and she's just like, hey, and she just starts wailing on him again until he fucking falls over. And then Madea and Hattie and Aunt Bam, they just fucking beeline. They fucking bust down the door, and they go right towards the car at this point. They get in there, it's like, we're leaving. They're like, what about Joe? Fuck Joe. Fuck him. He should be dead. He call me a man and shit like that. Fuck him. And they're like, but Madea, where are the car keys? Joe has the keys. And they're like, well, fuck it. Well, hotwire. Back in my hoe days. I know how to do this. And they start to hotwire the car, but then Joe comes over. He knocks, and they're like, ah. And it's like, where the hell are you going? Where are you going? You need the keys. You need these. And it's like, where's the clown? It's the clown's not there. Jesus Christ. Here's the keys. You forgot your purse, all right? Where are you going? It's like, get in the car, Joe. Get in the car. He's like, I ain't getting no goddamn car. I'm staying at my son's house. It's a very nice house. Got a fire going. I got half of a fucking blunt to smoke. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going back inside. And so he goes back inside. While Madea and her people, they take off down the road. They're driving back to her home. Joe, he's just smoking doobies the whole time. The clown tries to scare him, but he just beats the fucking shit out of the clown. She just, we don't be clown coming in. Bah! And he fucking hits him. He sucker punches him, chat. And I'm going to do what I should have done to you a long time ago. Here we go. He ties them all up and shit. Eventually, we cut back to Madea and her friends, Aunt Bam and Hattie, and the car breaks down. Oh God, Madea, why is the car breaking down? Madea says, I had this car since 1975, haven't had it inspected since 1976. All right, it has problems now. And so I was like, we gotta check the car, Madea. So hell, go out and check. And so Madea goes out there. Meanwhile, chat, we see all these guys dressed up as zombies coming towards the car. And Aunt Hattie and Aunt Bam see this. They're like, Madea. She's like, whoa, what are we talking about? What were you screaming, hollering at me? And she's like, zombies, Madea. And then Medea's like, hell. And she just fucking starts taking off running. Says, help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. Just leaves her fucking friends behind her the entire time. Like Aunt Bam and Aunt Hattie are just overwhelmed by the fucking zombies, chat. We see these two zombies just like breakdancing at one point, which is weird. They start parkouring and stuff and doing, like, you know, flips in the air and shit. Madea, she runs fast in all these, and Aunt Bam and Aunt Hattie, they are taken by the horde, chat. Thank fucking God, because they are the worst. And so then she just goes all the way to a church because, of course she does. And she goes inside the church. She's like, help me, Jesus. This is monsters and clowns and zombies, and I'll give my soul to Jesus. I'll give my soul to Jesus. I don't care. And they're like, Madea, it's fine. We know what's going on. I was like, who are you? Who are you? And she sees a day. A day is there, and they're like, that's A Day. That's A Day right there. This is my daughter, A Day. She told me about what happened at the fraternity and how comfortable she was, and she told me how you went over there to try to find her, and we have a lot of respect for you, but we need you to repent for your sins, Madea. And she's like, I'll repent everything I need to do. I'll give everything to Jesus. It's like, are you kidding me? And so they have a nice little prayer session. And at this point, they all go back. I think they all go back home. They all go back home because A Day reveals to Madea that they were pranking, that the fraternity was pranking her and all of her friends, and that Tiffany was in on part of it. And Medea's fucking pissed. And then she calls Brian, I guess, who again is on a business trip midway, but apparently he can come back within the span of a couple of minutes. So he comes back, and they all at the house, and Madea is just fucking pissed at Brian's like, this little guy, I'm raising my niece right, you're not raising your daughter right. I come in here, and she's acting a fool, all right? And, he, fucking Tyler Perry is trying to explain, it's like, I mean, what do you want me to do? He's like, I'll tell you what to do. You throw her ass out on the street. You see her doing tricks. She needs to open up a whole 1K. That's what she needs to do, like I used to do. She's like, I want my daughter being a hoe, Madea. So that's all I'm doing right now. We're going to throw her little ass out on the street. And so they go upstairs, and where Tiffany's sleeping, like, get your little ass up. And she's like, what? What are you doing? And he's like, we knew about the fraternity stuff. You playing tricks on me and my friends, and Joe nearly gave Joe a heart attack. Oh, that's the thing, too. Because Horse is there. The clown, he was the guy wearing the clown mask, and they interrogate him, and Horse reveals all the stuff with the fraternity. Like, we just were, mad that you ruined our Halloween spooktacular fraternity party, and that's when we did all these tricks. And he's like, I'm going to slap the white off of that face. You look like a goddamn 45-year-old man. And so... that's when they're like, okay, then they go up to Tiffany. And at this point, Tiffany's like, what are you doing? Why are you touching all my stuff? She's like, because we're taking your stuff. This is your payment. Okay? This is what you're going to do. And so they just start grabbing all her clothes and everything. And it's like, this is what we're going to have. And you're going to go out and sell your ass out on the street and open your whole 1K, okay? And so they start doing all that. And then, Tiffany starts like, Dad, don't make them do this. What are you doing? And she's like, I'm staying out of it, honey. It's what I need to do. She's like, this is why you're such a fucking pushover. This is why Mom cheated on you. And they'll go, ooh, shit. I look good now to say that your wife cheated on you? And he's like, you knew about that? She's like, of course I did. Of course. I see you're bringing men to the house all the time. And it just made me feel so bad. And then I saw you and how you just didn't fucking care. And he's like, well... Listen, I'm trying to be the best dad and father I can possibly be, but you can't treat me like this, okay? What's between my wife and I and your mother and I is like, I'm working on that right now, but you can't act this way to me. I won't stand for it. So go get your little ass out on them street and open that whole 1K. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. And she's like, that's what you gotta do. And she's like, oh my God. I just don't want to do it. And then I think it's like later in the day. That's right. The police come when this is all going on. And they're like, is Tiffany Perry here or whatever? And she goes, that's me. Yeah. It's like, are you aware of the disappearance of A Day, your best church going friend, the little church girl? She's like, yeah, I've been trying to reach her all night. And it's like, well, we have some questions for you. And so they all go to the frat party. It's like morning now or whatever. They all go to the frat house, and they're asking all the guys to step outside as they search the house, chat. And they search the house, and they go to the basement, where we see the dead body of A Day, chat. Her throat has been fucking slit. And they're like, this little church girl has been killed. by these fraternity animals. Well, got to send them to jail. So they all go outside, and they all go like, we are arresting you on the grounds of murdering your little church-going friend, A-Day. And Tiffany's like, oh my fucking God, I didn't know I did that. And, Dad, help me. Don't send me to jail. It's like, it's out of my hands, honey. You got to go to jail. And so they literally take all the frat members and Tiffany, put them onto the bus to jail is there where all the prisoners are. They're already there, and they all sit them down. It's like, well, you're going to jail. It's like from some scared straight bullshit. And they're like, and you get all the typical, I'm going to play with your butthole when we get to prison, like that kind of thing. And they're like, oh my God, I want to play with my butthole. My ass is so cute. And then eventually they're like, the prisoners like start doing a mock fight. Like, I want to play with your butt. No, that's my butthole. And they go at it and stuff. And they're like, all right, guys, settle down. And they take the frat out, and they take Tiffany out, and they reveal that A-Day is fine. She's fine. Tiffany's like, oh my God, A-Day, it's a fucking miracle, like a Jesus Christ miracle in your life. She's like, no, this was a prank on you and the frat. And she's like, I'm sorry for being such a shitty friend. I should have been like a good little church girl like you and dress conservatively and not show off my bosom like the two white girl sluts who are also our friends. And they're going, yeah, it's true. And the frat and everyone, but this is like illegal. You can't fucking do this. It's the crime. You can't fucking force people on a fucking bus. But it's revealed that, so this is why you shouldn't throw parties like this with underage girls or mess with the elderly or defy God. And they're like, oh, we understand. We're going to be a good church-going fraternity from now on. Don't you worry. And you're like, good. But then the police come out, and they're saying, like, we have found bags of marijuana. Whose marijuana is this? And Medea's like, you don't have no prescription, do ya? And then when the cops goes, you sound really familiar. She goes, hell. Want to team up and take off running? Let's get to the car. And they all in the frat guys and Madea team up as the police chase them down the road, chat. As Tyler Perry and his daughter and their little church friend laugh and laugh, chat. And that, my friends, is my scene by scene breakdown of Boo, a Madea Halloween. The way Chris describes this movie makes it seem like it's rated R. A little bit. A little bit, Jeff. I hope you liked it, and I hope you were not offended by my Madea voice, Jeff. I'm just doing the voice that Tyler Perry is doing. Or trying to. Movie sounds stupid. It's a little stupid. It's a little stupid. It's a little dumb. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I commend you. I'm just offended by the quality of the movie. Thank you. I think there were a few F-bombs adding a little gratuitous F-bombs. That's true. Terrifying. Every bit of that was terrifying. There you go, Chad. Madea. This is the second time I've done this. It's the second time I've done this review. A juicy flourish, if you will. Indeed, Edgy Berserker, indeed. This is going to do a scene by scene with the movie 50 Shades. I have. That'll be uploaded on my YouTube channel someday. I've done 50 Shades. I have to do the 2 sequels, though. Someday, chat. One day. Oh, and I'm doing Boo 2 tomorrow, chat. Now he says, oh. I am doing Boo 2, a Madea Halloween tomorrow, chat. So look forward to that one. Let's see where our characters are in the future 1 year later. Have they gotten better? No. Where's the damn pesto? Oh, you want me to eat my pesto? Naya, I actually had that on Sunday, but I'm going to be having some of that tomorrow, Naya. I have the one more box. I'm going to be eating that mac and cheese pesto for you tomorrow. I'm going to put that on the stove. I'll have that. I'll be warming that up. And before I transition over to the gameplay, I'll have a little bit of that pesto. That's what I'll be doing, chat. Mecca Howard Stern, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. You lied to me. What do you mean I lied to you? I wasn't feeling well yesterday for Sunday. And I needed the mac and cheese in my tum-tum. And it was easy to make. It was very good. But I will do it. I will do it tomorrow. I'll make the other one because I had my beef tips today. I had my beef tips and cherry tomato and green bean salad. And so I have the mac and cheese pesto tomorrow. I'll eat it on stream for you. And I'll let you know. You felt well enough to eat pesto. Yeah. It was good. Well, because it was easy to make. You just boil the water, put the stuff in there, and boom. Done. Done in 10 minutes. I'll have the other one tomorrow. I promise. I'll have it on stream too. It'll be great. Oh my Lord. Does it hurt your eyes to do those tricks? What tricks? Christopher Lie, I don't believe it. Oh man, everyone's getting on the lion. ASMR mac and cheese with pesto stream indeed. Ow, hurt my finger. Hurt my fucking finger. Oh my Lord. But chat, I hope you enjoyed the review. I'm going to take a quick break and refill my beverage. But when I come back, chat, we are going to play some gameplay. We're going to get into some of that back for blood. Oh, like crossing your eyes like this? I mean, if I do it for a long time, sure. Yeah, a long time, yeah. But not like for like a couple seconds. I think this is fine, but if I keep doing it, yeah, it'll hurt eventually. But chat, please entertain yourselves amongst yourselves. I shall return. Stick around. My Lord, chat. Woo-wee. Here we go. Baron Exploder, good to see you. Welcome. Color, pleasure to have you here. Just got done. Oh, yeah, my rating. I think I'd give it a low some old bullshit. I mean, it's not quite a fucking all the stuff like at the end is just like, oh, give me a break, like fuck you. But there were times when I did laugh because of Madea, chat. I gotta admit that. So I think I would have to give it a low some old bullshit, chat. You know, because some of the stuff did entertain me. Because you're thinking of the 10 minutes. By the way, I saw Halloween Kills today, rental. The best character spends the whole movie in the hospital, not doing jack shit. Yes. The characters we do follow are complete morons. Still better than 4 and 5 Resurrection and the Rob Zombie movies. Oh, yeah. Yes. Right there. HELLUR! You'll be seeing more of Madea, though, tomorrow, chat. We'll be doing Boo 2 on Madea Halloween. For you, it's a fuck you. I get it. No, I understand. Believe me. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and switch over to some gameplay, some of that back for blood, if you will. But before, I got to switch out a couple wire chats. So before we get into that, let me go ahead and, well, you can spend some time with Madea. I'll be right back.